Okay, let's get to it. So yesterday, let's start with another leap of faith whilst I talk about shit. Yesterday, I went to the dentist, and they basically drilled away half my fucking tooth. Instead of giving me a root canal, which was what was planned, because that tooth has actually gotten better, instead they drilled out the filling that was there to check if the tooth could be saved, and they think it can. But I've currently got a temporary filling instead of a proper one. And it hurts a little bit. It's actually really not been that bad all day. It's been manageable. But then there's something about after dinner or when I'm streaming that just seems to make any kind of illness or malady that I have flare up every single time. But yeah, so yesterday we did a little bit of Eureka Farm for the first time in a long time. We did some Eureka Pyros, and we finished off the Katana for Pyros. I still need to finish its Hydatos stage. But yeah, we managed to get that done. I have already done the thingies for today. Yeah, the Beast Tribe. We do still have some custom deliveries that I could do, but I think we're maxed out with everyone, so I can just do that off stream. And to be honest, I don't need scripts. I don't need experience. I could do it for achievements. That's about it. That's basically the only reason that I would still do turn-ins. Now that they're fully leveled. But what we do have to do is the healer role quests. We already checked you out, didn't we? Just not here. Yeah, so I could buy some really good materia, but there isn't really any point in me doing that. Oh, but yeah, now we can see the Eden gear. Oh, okay, and this is the ultimate stuff from what is Alexander? But it's Yukob Uwu. I don't know what the shortening is. These are the first version, the first part of the Anima Relic. Then there's also Hades. I mean, these would just presumably be the Hades Extreme weapons. Yeah, these are just the extreme weapons. That's from the Ultimate. Okay. Eden Gate. Because the raid tier is Eden. Ooh. I actually don't hate that. Yeah, I really don't hate that. Eden Grace, I'm guessing, yeah, visually the same. Oh, but dyeable. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. This is legitimately my first time seeing these. Okay, and then this version is different. I don't necessarily like that as much. Never mind, I might like the pants. Oh yeah, no. Okay, yeah, no, as a different style of heights. Kinda like those, not gonna lie. Idealized. Oh yeah, this is from the extreme. That you get the job armor from. So this is what the job armor for White Mage looks like. But the thing that's significant about them is these are dyeable, whereas the weathered version you get from what's his face isn't. And there's the Crystarium gear, which, to be fair, I'm not sure if I've seen what the healer set looks like. Eh. Eden Choir. This would be from the Savage version. I mean, that just looks... That looks like someone trying to cosplay as a sage. Okay, but this is just visually the same as the previous one. Ooh. Ooh. That's actually pretty nice. Oh, yeah, I could fuck with that. Okay. And then the Crypt Lurker set, which comes with the hood, that's right. Check those out. Eden Morn. That's kind of cute. Visually, armor set is the same. That's cool. I might have to check out... Okay, yeah, that's just a copy and paste. That's fine. Honestly, that's kind of what I expected. What about physical ranged? Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty snazzy, actually. Yeah. What about the doubting set? I mean, interesting to have a rose growing out of your eye. I mean, it makes my butt look good. Yeah, I don't hate it, I don't love it. Ooh. This, on the other hand, is actually kind of nice because it's one of the few sort of doubting armor sets that actually looks like real armor as opposed to just looking like a ninja like gi. Okay. What about striking? Don't hate the chest piece, but I also don't love it. Ooh. Kinda like the way that that looks though. Very swashbuckler. Okay. Maiming? I often think that the maiming sets look like ass. But that's actually fairly muted. That's very muted. Eh. Not that crazy. That's actually pretty good sword. That's a weird gunblade, though. Ooh, that's pretty nice. That's very paladin looking for an armor set that I could use across all tanks. It's very paladin coded. Again, muted, but I don't hate it for a tank. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I might actually want some of the armor sets when we get round to doing the raid tier. Cool. But what we need to do first is what healer do I want to do out of Astra or Sage? I feel like I've not played Sage in a while. Let's do Sage. Yo. You know better than sneak up on a dwarf mid-flagon? Not even a proper greeting, neither. Look here. Lally ho. Name's Giot. Lally ho. See? Now that's a greeting. Lally ho's aside, just who are you anyway? Dare say I'd remember someone like yourself if we'd ever met. You're from the same strange land as the Crystal Exarch, you say? Well, well, well. He's an odd sort, the Exarch is. He knows things, right? He's got some sort of mystical power. Don't suppose you're the same, are you? Because I could use someone with powers the likes of which this world has never known. I'm hunting sin eaters, you see. Well, one in particular. A healer? Not half bad at the job, eh? I like your confidence. And I wish I could take your word for it, since you sound just like what I'm looking for. But I'll have to ask you to prove it. There's no need for that. Listen here. The Sin Eater I hunt ain't your average abomination. Can't blame me for wanting to make sure that I'm not leading you to your grave. That'd be bad for the both of us. So, you get yourself over to the Forest of the Lost Shepherd and see what you got. Show me what you got. Okay, okay. Forest of the Lost Shepherd, I think, is a little bit off isolation. Right? Yeah. How does one sage? Again. Asking for a friend. It's me. I'm the friend. Kicking off with music, okay. Oh, up there. Glad you found the place alright. Now, for the prey. That'll do. Now, I just take a deep breath and... Hey! Your mother was a hobgoblin and you ain't much to look at neither. Come here and face me, you craven shite. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. Though Giot lies prone, the creature appears indisposed to cease its rampage. Seems it'll have to be dealt with. I think this is the first time that it's not that we've been asked to kill them. It's that the person we're with couldn't kill them. It's been a long ass time since I played Sage. Ooh. Actual healing animations! See? That wasn't so bad. Reckon that I broke 3 or so ribs and at least 1 femur there. But my bones feel just right now. Better than before, actually. That beast gave you no trouble. Seems you're just what I'm looking for. We can talk about the rest back at the Crystarium over a drink or three. The folks at the Wandering Stairs know how to keep them coming. Meet me there. Blah, blah, blah. Feel like I missed motherfucking crash. Okay. To be fair, I've still not rebooted my system. Which was something that we talked about on yesterday's stream, which I didn't record because all we did was some Eureka. Let me in. Please. There we go. Oh, something that I have done, although it has absolutely nothing to do with Final Fantasy or the stream. I watched all of Tomo-chan is a Girl. Tomo-chan is a Girl. Which was pretty good, given that I fucking love Komi Can't Communicate. And now I am watching... What's it called? What's it called? Aharon-san wa Hakarenai. Don't know what that is in English, but it's kind of like Komi Can't Communicate a little bit. In that it's a female character that struggles communicating, but she's tiny. It doesn't have the whole thing which Komi has of like everyone admires Komi and thinks she's amazing, but otherwise it's quite similar, which is cute. There ain't nothing like a flagon of ale after a well-earned victory. You didn't do anything. I didn't say it was my victory. Of course, I did find myself a partner of uncommon skills, so maybe it was. Whatever you want to call what we just did, doing it helped us understand each other, sure enough. I've seen you're a masterful fighter, and you learned that I'm fearless as the stone. And so, a fellowship's forged. Now that I'm sure you won't get yourself killed, I can tell you about the Sin Eater I'm after. It's one of the so-called cardinal virtues, self-resigned. It's a nasty piece of work. Each of the virtues looks like one of those fools who brought the flood upon us. But this one takes after the worst of the bunch. Lamet, disgrace to all dwarven kind. Knowing that one of our people was a warrior of light is bad enough. But soft-resigned being out there, looking all dwarf-like, well, don't help matters. Cursed thing. The councils of elders, they don't want to live with the shame of Lamet's sins no more. So the head of the council, the eldermost elder, stay with me here, gave me this job. Hunt down soft-resigned, slay it, see that it don't keep sullying our good name. I'm our strongest warrior, so if anyone's going to do it, it has to be me. That's fine, I'm more than up for a contest of might. The problem I'm having, though, is that Sophrozyne keeps healing itself, and it's, well, deeply annoying. I suppose it's because Lamet herself was some kind of master of the art. Sophrozyne's healing is so powerful that no matter how hard I whack it, I can't leave a scratch. To make matters worse, it also flies around, carefree as you like, resurrecting other Sin Eaters. We'll be up to our eyeballs in them forever if we can't do something about those curative powers. That's where you come in, right? Lamet doesn't deserve your scorn, you know. Listen, I know you have your own ways, and that's just fine. Whether you care much for dwarven honour or not, you have to agree a Sin Eater that can raise its fellows from the grave is a danger to us all. As for Lamet, you should know that being a dwarf is about respecting tradition, and she never did. Never. You might not have heard, but the tales say that Lamet roamed the land without her helm. She willingly showed her face to those who weren't kin. She knew full well that it would dishonour her and us all. She did it anyway. Then there's the part about bringing doom on all the world. Not one of our taboos, really, but it's generally frowned upon. And now she's back, face bare to the world, a Sin Eater. What could make a dwarf go so wrong? But we have ale to drink and Sin Eaters to hunt, in that order. You healed my body sure enough, but I'll need a few more flagons to restore my vigour. And by a few, I mean about 100. Come find me later. You're looking at me? You got something to say? Got you, eh? Of course I remember my new partner. And I ain't drunk neither. I'm a dwarf. It will take more than, well, however much I had to get me under the table. Now you know one more thing about me. This will only strengthen our fellowship, I'm sure. But we'll need more than just a sense of camaraderie if we're out to take down Sophrozyne. So I'm thinking we should start with observation. Get you a look at its healing powers. Let's see what we're dealing with. Now, this is the perfect place to overhear the right sort of information. If you listen, don't get me wrong, don't let it get in the way and no important drinking, but I do pay attention. Anyway, what I heard is that Sophrozyne's been spotted in Calusia. Then I remembered. There's a little pub over in Stillside. The Leaky Keel it's called. They make a decent brew. Some of the folk there should be able to point us in the right direction. Okay, so your entire thing is going to be that you're a drunk dwarf. Just what are you looking at? Fine, fine. No need to give me that murderous stare. I know what you're thinking. That Giot, you think to yourself. Always drinking and lounging about and drinking some more. What a sluggard. What a drunkard. What a magnificent beard. Oh, I wish I had a beard like that. Yes, I know. You don't need to explain yourself to me. We really should work on finding you a sense of humour. Maybe deal with that after Sofferzine. Might take a while. Anyway, you'll be happy to hear that while I was waiting, I got my hands on some prime information. Also, some excellent wine, which... Nah, information first. Right, so according to the local fisherfolk, quite a few sin eaters have turned up near the Bright Cliff lately. I suggest we go there and kill as many as we can find. We can't say for sure where Sofrazine will appear next, but if it's in the area, we won't pass up a chance to revive its fallen friends, right? While we're at it, you can vent some of that pent-up rage you've got. Don't need to be pretty, as long as the job gets done. Just make sure to find me again before Sofrazine shows up, you hear? Apparently, I really don't remember how to play Sage. Although I guess I do remember Eucrasia in order to get access to the other moves. So at least there's that. That should do it. Now, we wait and see if Sofrazine shows itself. We're in their bushes, say. I've got the wine right here. There. That's it. See? It revived the other one. Hey, what's wrong? The annoying thing is that that means that Raise does work to bring back the dead. What a lonely place to die. The world outside is even worse than I feared. Is someone there? You're alive? Well, why didn't you say so? Can't do much for the dead, but the living, that's a whole other matter. Okay, never mind. Maybe it doesn't function that way after all. So this is Ardbert before all of the others. I can't believe it. All my wounds healed. Thank you, kind stranger. You sure are lucky that I passed by. You really might have died, you know. You'll hear no argument from me. I was a fool. The thought that the hobgoblin I was after might have friends lying in wait never so much as crossed my mind. Shouldn't have been out here alone. With your magic to keep me fighting, though, the numbers wouldn't pose such a problem. What do you say? You don't look to have a party of your own yet, and I could certainly use a man like you on my side. What? I am no man, you unripened gourd. Why, I've never been so insulted in all my life. Let me tell you what's what. I'm Lamet, proud daughter of the Thol family. If I catch you mocking me again, I'll put you right back the way I found you, you hear? Yes, ma'am. I certainly didn't mean to offend. The beard misled me, you see. And that's that. Look, Ardbert. Treasure! You certainly look the hero. Now let's see you act like one. So yeah, I guess Lamet was the first one that Ardbert met up with. Hello? After? Hey you honourless lout. Half-empty flagon. Craven carrot eater. Your mother was a hob and your face looks like a newborn's arse. What is the matter with you? Thought a refreshing round of insults would snap you out of it. And it did. Not my fault if you can't appreciate an exercise in creative wordplay. Are you sure your mother ain't a hob? Fine, never mind. At least we got what we came for. You didn't miss much. After Sophrosine brought the other eater back to life, they both floated off to who knows where. What happened to you? You saw Sophrosine? No, the real Lamet's past. Huh. You'd have some kind of weird power. Sounds to me like what you witnessed was the beginning of Lamet's journey, right after she left home. It's odd. You said she was wearing a helm. She helped out that injured traveller just like any dwarf of honor would do. Maybe she wasn't born a monster, but then... Don't sit right with me neither. But standing around wondering about it won't do nothing but make us thirsty. We're done here, so let's go back to the Crystarian. There ain't nothing like a flagon of ale after a job well done. Don't give me that look. I did stuff this time. You saw. You also saw Sophrosine work its magic. Since you haven't said nothing about it yet, I'm guessing you didn't have no sudden revelations about how to stop it. Don't worry. Didn't expect you to solve my whole problem just like that. I only need you to remember what you saw today. Keep it in your mind. Maybe something will come to you when you're working your magic elsewhere. Me, I like to think while I drink. It's the most efficient way. So you can find me here if you need me. I'll let you know when I have a plan. Tally-ho! Looks like you've been training hard. In fact, your muscles are so much bigger. It's almost like there's just 3 of you. Yeah, I'm joking. As you know. You do seem stronger. I don't suppose you came up with a clever plan for stopping Sofrazan while you were at it. Don't worry. I have another test in mind that'll get us some more information. Then we'll be better set to think on something. We'll be killing Sin Eaters again, but this time you're healing them. Well, trying to anyway. Don't expect it to work. Sin Eaters ain't like us, or like any sort of normal creature. But by seeing your healing magic fail to heal them, we should learn why it won't work. Then maybe we can figure out what's so different about Sofrazan. I've heard from folk passing through that stray Sin Eaters find their way to Armoreng pretty often. Meet me at Mord's and be ready for carnage. I need to heal Sin Eaters. I definitely didn't expect to need to do that. I sort of expected that I'd be healing him whilst he fought some Sin Eaters. You know, I heard the liquor here ain't fit to drink, but it's not half bad. Gets the job done and with a real kick. Oh, I know what you're thinking. That gear always down in one ale or another, you think to yourself. And so good at it too, I'm uncontrollably jealous, just can't take any more. And you quietly wept on the inside. I'm sympathetic, I am, but my drinking is important. No, indispensable. Dwarves get fiercer the more they drink. Really fuels the fire within. I can see you don't believe me. Fine, you leave me no choice. I'll show you. I'll go on ahead and dice some Sin Eaters in the time it takes you to finish off this Maud swill here. Just gulp that down and come find me. Southeast of here. You'll see. A half-finished bottle of alcohol, apparently purchased by Giot, stands on the mat. The local concoction within is deep brown, and from it wafts a stench that can only be described as atrocious. Hell yeah! You hold your nose and gulp down the remaining liquid. At first, you taste only a rancidity that makes you curse nature itself. But you then note the aftertaste. It is the flavour of instinctual terror, with a hint of fear. Amazing! You finish! Of all non-Maud customers, only you and Dwarf ever drink so much. See? Your average Sin Eater is no match for me. Not with the power of tradition and alcohol on my side. As a matter of fact, I put down another before I got around to this one here, but did the job a bit too well. Really mangled the thing. Pretty gross. Flattened in all the wrong places with bits poking out and the like, so I got it out of here. Anyway, you get the idea. I drink a lot, I kill stuff. You have to admit that it's an effective strategy. And now that we've got our Sin Eater patient, you can try out your healing on it. Go on. As we thought. Nothing. Did you figure out the why of it? I think it was never really alive to begin with. You're right on that one. Sin Eaters may look like people or beasts, but it's like they're just pretending. They're not truly alive. Only the light drives them. Keeps him going like winding an automaton. And healing magic ain't meant for restoring life to something that didn't have none to begin with. But if Sophrosine's power ain't like the healing magic we know, what is it? Time magic. I also wonder why it don't come and revive this one. Is it just too far away to take notice? Then again, I never heard tell of it appearing at Holminster Switch either. So many Sin Eaters got killed there that you'd think it would take note eventually. So why only resurrect some Sin Eaters and not others? It's all too much thinking, not enough drinking. To the Crystarian. Okay, so far this is turning out to be a pretty short set of quests. I say that only being like halfway through. And it's always the last couple that take the longest. Mod stuff's alright. This here is fine ale. At least that's what my body tells me, and I always listen. That's how I keep my muscles primed and my spirits high. Speaking of, would it kill you to relax a little? Being so serious all the time can't be good for you. The silent staring just makes you seem morose. We won't kill Sophrosine any faster for not drinking, that's for sure. Nothing comes easy to sober folk. And that's why I need a few more in me before I can really get to work figuring out why Sophrosine does what it does. I keep feeling like I'm missing something obvious, but Lally ho! I'd ask if you're here for a drink, but I know you ain't. You got that serious look about you, as usual. I've got my usual here too. The 5th round of it, in fact. Why so few, you ask? Well, stepped away for a while to do some research. That Moran bloke kicked me right out the Cabinet of Curiosities. Then banned me for life. Bill just a wee bit of mead on the books and he chases you out with the fury of 1,000 floods. That man could use a drink, if you ask me. What's the glare for? Don't tell me you're siding with him over me. We're supposed to be partners. And after I worked so hard to find us new information on Sophrosine, drank so much, sat with those dusty tomes until not one but both my buttocks went numb. So, did you find anything? You know, after what I went through at the cabinet, your complete refusal to acknowledge anything I do is kind of comforting, actually. Anyhow, I did get some new information from a reliable source, a drinking buddy of mine. Sophrosine was seen last in the Raktika Greatwood. If we do some of our signature eater slaying in the forest, there's a chance we'll draw it out. A figure that's sitting around thinking isn't getting us nowhere. And research can only take us so far. So why not? Maybe fighting it together will teach us something we could learn otherwise. We can't kill it, but the two of us should be more than capable of getting a few whacks in and making an escape. I've fought it before and come away fine. Well, mostly. So that's the plan. Meet me at Slitherbough. Then we go a pummeling. I think I am crashing. Energy-wise. That's not a good sign. Didn't mention it earlier, but I've been here looking for Sophrosine before. Know most everyone in Slitherbough, actually. Sure, they seem an odd lot at first, what with worshipping the darkness and all, but once you get to know them, share a few drinks, not bad folk. Make a fine wine too. Shame you can't get it anywhere else. Anyhow, they've been helping me out while I enjoy the local spirits. Seems soft resign's shown itself in the blind forest of Ixmaya, east of here. Let's get out there and slay a few sin eaters each, like we did before. See if that brings it to us. Where am I going? Oh. I really am a sleepy bitch, and it's only 9 PM. Although I guess I did get up and go into the office earlier today. So I have been up later than... Sorry, I woke up earlier than I have done for a while. Okay, yeah. I'm so tiny. There we go. Okay, this is the one where I have to play as Lamet, huh? Right, that looks good. Well, not good, but you take my meaning. Now we settle in and hope that Soft Resign's feeling charitable today. I thought it was normally the level 78 quest that did this, but maybe I'm misremembering. Where is it? I'm almost out of my mind. There. Don't forget, you still need to find out how it does what it does. So make sure you're watching, not just walloping. Oh no. Okay, I am. Watch closely. Wait for it. There! Uh-huh. Why doesn't it fix the other one, though? Well, makes our lives easier, I guess. Charge! Take down the weakling first. Now for oh shit. Okay, so it just keeps bringing back this one. How does it do that so fast? Right, divide and conquer then. You take soft resign. Work it. Keep at it. Take that, you... What? Do it. They had auto life or re-raise. Of course not. Healing magic is so annoying. No offense intended. After? Oh, not again. Owl. So, this is the Guardian. You excited, Lamet? Yes, of course. I've come this far, and I will claim the legacy of Ronka. Okay, this is when I fight as Lamet. So is this when she became a white mage? Okay, I don't have arrow. Benediction. Although it has a 3-minute cooldown. I don't really have any way to deal with the group. I don't have holy. feeling you just saved my life! Again! I did. Even though the fight was over, you still would have died to Doom. Which would have been kind of funny, but... Everyone alright? All's well. Now, let's get what we came for. The lost restorative magic of Ronka. You sense the power in it. Yes, there can be no mistake. This is it. And my only path is forward. Wise Guardian, in the name of the Royal House of Ronka, I implore you, grant me your knowledge. Lamet! I did it. The spell is mine at long last. I can save my sister. And you will. We'll meet up with Brandon and Yelbert, and then we'll see you home. Okay. So, the entire reason that she was traveling was in order to find a panacea for... Hey! Oh, she of inferior beardliness! Eggface! Hobdaughter? Get it together for Stone's sake! Oh, she of inferior beardliness. Seeing into the past is a nice trick and all, but could you maybe... Oh, I don't know. Wait until we're not in mortal peril next time? Driving Sophrosine away without pulverizing you in the bargain was no mean feat. If I weren't, well, me, we'd both be dead right about now. Hope you learned something worth the trouble at least. So, Lamet was after a spell from old Ronka. It could be the secret of Sophrosine's power. It's hard to know for sure. Whatever Lamet did to pry those secrets out the ruins was right complicated by the sound of it. She took the power with her. We need to think on how we can confirm what you saw. Maybe find out what magic actually does? Yeah, over a nice mug of ale. No, mead. No, ale first, then mead. Fucking lucky straight away. Everything. Nothing goes so well after a fight than ale. Ain't no higher truth in this world than that. Don't give me those, oh, there goes Guillaume, waxing philosophical about the ale again, eyes. I'm doing this for your own good. It's plain that you never had a proper education. It's like this. You pick the right booze for the right job. You got your ale for before and after physical fights, of course, but you also got mead for reading, wine for singing, and your hard liquor for those times when you need to tell some Hobson to go stick his head in the forge. Me? I'll be switching to the mead. Thinking I might find something about what happened to Lamet's sister if I look through my village's old annals. Hopefully, I can get my hands on some historical records of Ronka. Moran be damned. Don't know what you'll be getting yourself into while I'm at it, but you make sure to bring the right drink for the job. I'll let you know when I've got something worth pursuing. Hey, I need Lesh mead. Yep, you heard me. Lesh. But more ale. Much more. Wait. You ain't the waitress. Oh, I know you want to say something, but you won't. You think that'll just encourage me. Well, maybe that's what I want you to think. Or maybe, you know that's what I want you to think. All this time I thought I was annoying you, but actually... Nah, can't be. All this rubbish about lost civilizations must be getting to me. I've read a dozen histories and I still don't know nothing about all that magical Lamets. What I did find, though, is where she would have gone if she wanted to see her sister. It's in Tomra. So what do you say? Come visit me home. I'll be waiting for you when you get there. I may have forgotten to tell Arthur how to get here. That's unfortunate. Come to think of it, I ain't sure she can get here. The tunnel's only for dwarves and... Where'd you come from? So, it was you folks what got the ladder moving, huh? Can't believe you managed that. And didn't even tell me? Just when you think you know a person. Yeah, that's a joke. Anyhow, the place I want to show you is just over there. Follow me. Nothing to worry about. This monstrosity came flying at my face. Rudely, I might add, when I unsealed the old tunnels. Everything's under control. How long has it been in there, then? As you can see, I gave it an old-fashioned dwarven decking. Old tunnels? Yeah, they're the reason that I brought you here. Can't say I was expecting such a nasty welcome, but maybe I should have. Let me explain. We don't use it no more, but before the flood, dwarves lived in this place. Only the sick ones mind. In those days, there was this illness called stone blight. Turned your skin to stone, bit by bit. It was just a matter of time, a few months or a few years, until you were petrified completely. No one knew where it came from, but they did know that it was contagious. So they locked them all up. Here, in the Blight Warrens. They needed to keep it from spreading because there was no cure. Not back then. Okay. So... Lamet went and got, like, golden needle? Is it golden needle or is it soft? I think it's both, depending on what version you're playing. Lamet, was it not enough to leave without permission, or to return unbidden, bringing these strangers into our home? You knew full well that entering the Blight Warrens is forbidden. How many of our traditions must you trample before you are satisfied? If you so refuse to respect your heritage, you have no place here. As head of the council, I hereby banish you. You are no longer a dwarf. Begone, and never return. Begone! Have you lost your wits? Lamet just cured your people, her sister and all the others. She left your village to find a way to save them, and she did. She did what no one else would. Your words have no weight here, outsider. This is a dwarven matter. Silence! Silence! I will not be silent. You have no idea what Lamet has been through. It's enough, Ardbert. Whatever my reasons, I did break our laws. And I did so knowing that this would be the result. I'll accept my punishment. I'll leave my dwarven pride behind today. Damn it. Lamet's leaving, so am I. Probably didn't think much of us after you shoved us in here to die, but it was awfully hard to breathe. We all took our helms off. If Lamet's going to be banished for breaking our traditions, then I should be too. The young lady says, none of us is perfect. It ain't right Lamet should be the only one punished for it. Especially seeing as she was saving us. Come on, exiles. We keep our faces plain for all to see, and our heads held high. So is this when the tribes split up? Between, like, the Thol and the Gogs? Oh, everyone. It's very dark. That's better. Are you sure you're alright with this? Could go back. We could... What? Pummel the elders with your axe? I know you're not that fledgling adventurer who got knocked flat by hobs anymore. You could probably defeat even our strongest warriors, but... forget it. With more important things to worry about, we still haven't found what caused the illness in the first place. If it really is the Shadowkeeper again, well, you know what we have to do. If this is what it takes to save our world, give up my home and more. And anyway, it's not all bad. I don't think I really understood before. How beautiful it is out here. How nice the wind feels. It is nice, isn't it? And for what it's worth, I'm glad you're here. Helmet or no. Okay. Thank you. Why she be smiling? Why she be smiling? Hey, Hob daughter, ugly. Look, I'm running out of insults here, and I'm starting to feel bad. Just wake up already. Finally? Well, that was harrowing. About as soon as you started doing your thing, that Sin-Eater decided to rise from the dead. I suppose that's mostly my own fault for not dealing it an extra blow or two just in case. Anyhow, what did you see? I knew it. I knew that Lamet was the one that cured Stoneblight. It had to have been. She saved all of them, and they exiled her for it. And the head of the Council of Elders is the same head as the one now? Probably. Dwarves live for a long time, right? Sorry, I suppose I wandered off. Got caught up in my own thoughts. Actually, can you give me a moment? Or maybe a while, I'm not sure what to think is all. I don't want to keep you from other work, so see you later. Hello there. Lally-ho. I'll be nice. What? I mean, lally-ho. Oh, and a lally-ho to you. I'm impressed. You knowing to give me a lally-ho just now shows that you've really picked up on the finer points of dwarven culture. That really helped. Thanks. I was so busy dwelling on that business with Lamet, I almost forgot the news I had for you about Sophrosine. You remember that Sin-Eater I killed in the Blight Warrens? Well, while you were gone, Sophrosine showed up to revive it. Seeing that convinced me. I mean, you remember how I was wondering why Sophrosine don't revive every Sin-Eater we take down, right? Well, we learned from your vision that the dwarves that Lamet cured of Stoneblight went into exile on their own volition. As you can see, the village was spared the worst of the flood. The folk that left, well, probably weren't. Which means Sophrosine's healing the same people Lamet did. Right, it's the only thing that makes sense. Those poor souls couldn't go back to the village, so they got caught in the flood. They became Sin-Eaters, and Sophrosine's still saving them even now. And that gave me an idea. As we figured before, Sophrosine ain't alive, but Lamet wanted so badly to heal those dwarves that it's still following suit. Like a reflex its body can't forget. The last time Lamet saw those folks she healed, they were helmless, leaving their home for the last time. She probably never forgot the sight of them. And so, Sophrosine goes around healing helmless dwarves to this day. You see the solution, right? Helms! Incredible! That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard! Just stupid enough it might work. It sounds too simple, I know, but it'll work, I tell you. Sophrosine's healing helmless dwarves on pure instinct. Anyone wearing a helm it won't think twice about, seeing as it don't actually think at all. Now, whether clapping a helm onto Sophrosine will keep it from healing itself, I can't say. It'll depend on whether the thing sees itself as just another helmless dwarf. Don't seem to have much in the way of self-awareness, so I think it's worth a shot. Fortunately, we don't need to wait to find out. It came around not too long before you did. So if you kill the right sort of Sin-Eaters, it should still be close enough to notice. Let's get to it. is kind of nice to play as a healer again. But at the same time, I've played so much Dancer recently that that's kind of become my default for right now. God help me when I do Red Mage. Yeah, you're an A-rank, I think. I like that coloring. With the red. I like that. Well, hello. Piss off the both of you. Thank you. Right, so we've got our eaters, and we've got our helms, and now we wait. Once Sophrazine shows up, we'll test out a helm on the bait first. It'll also save us from having to kill it over and over. Let's do it. But also... this feels familiar. Aha! At last. Bit less toppling over on your part this time, if you please. Wait for it to be distracted with healing the other one. Then we strike. Leap resistance. Now, charge! As I said, we'll try this on the lesser eater first. I'll give it a bit of a pummeling, then you put it to sleep with repose. It'll take to nap in mid-battle unless it's nearly ready to drop, so wait for my signal, yeah? That's why. I don't have repose actually equipped right now. Oh my god, they actually put a helmet on it. just free heals? Okay. Alright, now we can... Oh, wicked white, that's annoying. These ones may be trying to protect it. Well, no time to ponder that now. Helms away! Looks like they've stopped coming. Now, we hit soft resign with everything we've got. That wasn't actually that bad. Really wasn't that bad. Perfect. Now, hold still. Ugh. Oh, thanks. Helm got it even worse than I did just then. It was our last one. Except for the one you're wearing. I hate to say it, this ain't going as well as I hoped. We had even one more helm I could try again, but... Wait, we do have one more. Just the one! Hey, you're pretty cute. Well, well. Looks like it's time to take this eater down once and for all. Together! Time after we can end this. Looks like I was right. No healing for you. All right. Lamet was a big damn hero. No surprise she knows a few tricks. You don't scare me. I have a giant hammer. Here it comes. Try not to die. I mean, it's dead, Jim. Sweet. Take that, you pasty bastard. What's that you got there? Some kind of crystal? Oh. Glowy. Tradition wouldn't have saved her. That's why I left. I left, and I travelled. I met Ardbert. We found our companions, and together, we searched. Are you... Oh. Lamet! Listen, I called you a disgrace before, and... My journey was not an easy one. To save my sister, to save them all, I faced 1,000 foes. I know, I understand now. And I'm so... This message is a recording. But as I did, I learned how wide this world is, how beautiful, how cruel, how much I wanted to protect it. Perhaps it should have been easy for me then. To give up my home forever, for a greater cause. It wasn't. It hurt so much. But you bore it, you forgave them, you survived. Yes, it hurt. But I survived. Because they were there. Because he was there. Ardbert, you stubborn idiot. You sweet boy. You never did understand what you meant to me. Aww. Rest well, love. You were the best of us. That's actually really cute. We did it. I can hardly believe it. There's cause for a drink at the Crystarium, don't you think? That silence is you wondering if I want to go home. Well, I can't. Showed my face to you, didn't I? Broke our rules. So I'm thinking I'll give Lamet's way a try. Live proud as an exile, just like all the other folk that she saved. Don't make that face. It's nothing that little ale won't solve. Now I think, because the healer role quests are the last ones that we needed to do, but then there's also a quest line that links all of the roles together? Maybe? Ah, that's the stuff. Can I help you? You're staring. Really staring. Do you know you're doing that? I'm glad that you're here. Helm or no? What? Are you sure? Because well... Oh, you're joking, aren't you? For a moment there, I thought, never mind. Anyway, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. Firstly, well, you've been following along with my crazy plans this whole time, but never really said how much I appreciate your help with Sofrazine and Lamet. Thank you. And I think you deserve to know something else too. You know the elder who exiled Lamet? That was my great-grandfather. He's remembered as the greatest warrior of our kind. I always wanted to be like him. To be strong, honourable, protect our traditions. Lamet, she saved us so many from their suffering. Us dwarves might not even be here today if she hadn't cured Stoneblight. And he took away her home. Forever. Hard to see that as anything other than cruel. Tradition is important, but it's not the only important thing. Kindness, empathy, love. This world and the living, breathing people in it. They matter more. That's what I learned from all the folks I shared drinks with. From Lamet and from you. And I intend to keep learning. Here, in this city, with my face plain for all to see and my head held high. So you know where to find me next time you want to share a drink. I know our job's done, but you'll always have a place at my side, you hear? Sweet. Pour one out? No. No, it would be Shadow Walk with me, surely. Yep, that looks about right. Well, if it isn't the Great Hunter herself. As if you don't know. All 4 of the cardinal virtues laid low, all with your help. You're the talk of the stairs. When night returned to Lakeland, we knew in our hearts that change was on the horizon. Never did I dare hope that you might help rid us of those terrible fiends. You've surpassed my wildest expectations. Not mine, Glynid. Aye, when I first laid eyes on her, I had an inkling that she was the hero we'd been waiting to come along. Easy to claim after the fact. If you'd indulge me, though, I'd love to hear you tell how it all played out. The hunting of the virtues, that is. My word, there's so much more to it than I realised. And here I thought that you'd only had to track down the bloody things. Gods though, the things you learned about the Warriors of Light. So many secrets and details lost over time. For all their hard work and sacrifice, they somehow brought about the flood? Can't say I understand it at all, but it's a bloody tragedy it is. We should gather the others and toast their memories. Heroes of Eld, brave and true, be remembered forevermore. Now, I'll thank you not to let your bleeding heart drive you to offer up a fortnight's stock of spirits. Attend to your other customers and let me speak with the hero of here and now. Whatever would I do without your good sense and wisdom? Very well, I'll leave you to entertain her. But don't think she won't be having that drink someday. After, I must thank you for sharing with us such incredible tales. It is only right that I repay you in kind. With the ending, that is. With the story of the true villain who towers above the virtues. The devil more deserving of death than any that yet lingers in this world. If your curiosity has been piqued, then meet with me atop the balcony overlooking the crystalline mean. I'll be waiting there until you do. What if she turns out to be the elven gladiator? That travelled with them all. And she's just aged. You came, as I knew you would. Never met a mystery you could leave well enough alone, or a demon you could let live, am I right? And this demon is undeniably deserving of death, make no mistake. To cut them down would be just and proper. The act of a goodly person, and that's just what you are. You can see that. No need to grow impatient or be offended, my friend. But before you pass judgment on this villain, you need first understand their part in everything. Who they were to the fallen warriors of light, for instance. Of course, right about now, you must be wondering how I know what I know. What a tavern wench of all people has got to do with any of this. Let me tell you then. I'm the one who brought together the Virtue Hunters. I'm the one who marked you as a potential ally to them and bade you join them in their quests. I alone knew what had to be done and what sort of sinner would be needed to see this tale of tragedy and betrayal through to an end. But come, we have many malms ahead of us. To Kalusia and the Codger's Crook. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. I probably don't need to be... thingy for that, do I? Where's going to be best? Where is Codger's Crook? Oh, okay, it's not far from Stormblood. So, you're accustomed to life on the road, I see. As am I. You recognize this place? Thought you might. Here's where it began, where Ardbert first met Lamet. Still young and lacking in experience, possessed of so much potential. Heroes in the making, even then the keen-eyed could see. They would only fulfill that promise much later though, after joining with their other dear companions. Brandon and Renda Ray. And one other, an elven one, not half bad with a sword. But perhaps you're already asking the question who? There were 5 warriors of light in all, but she would make 6. Indeed, after adding in Nailbert, there does seem to be one too many. But believe me when I say there was indeed a 6th adventurer lost to history. And her name was Silver. Though I doubt I need convince you of this truth. When you walked in the Virtue's memories, you saw her time and time again, did you not? Then you saw the true villain, the traitor responsible for all their woes. Let us continue the story elsewhere. To Armoreng in the fields of Amber. Yeah, so either you are Silver, or you're like Silver's daughter? Maybe? Okay, didn't even get an error message that time. I really do need to reboot my computer. Potentially what I need to do is like validate game files. Or, you know, just lower some settings. I don't want to. Oh god. This may take a moment. You saw the true villain's face in their memories, and I told you her name in Pelusia. What were her crimes, you ask? Hearken to my tale and you'll learn. Silver had joined the others before they first met Nielbert. After their party of 5 came to this place, they took on a commission to slay a powerful beast that had taken up residence in the mines. Said beast was believed to be the instigator of ever more terrible tremors, so time was of the essence. But during their hurried search, they crossed paths with their future companion, then a competitor aiming to usurp their prize. After another tremor triggered by the beast trapped them all underground, they had no choice but to work together to lay it low. But to their dismay, even after its death, the earth continued to shudder violently. As the adventurers looked to each other in confusion, Nielbert strode toward the beast's body and grabbed hold of a curious crystal, a stone brimming with untold ether that he had sought out that he might harness its potential to rescue a loved one lost to the rift. So powerful was the stone that it warped the flow of the life stream. Its very existence was a threat. So, when faced with the choice between one life and countless others, Njelbert wept and shattered the stone. He had held his comrade's salvation in his hand and cast it aside for the greater good. For his sacrifice, he was judged a hero, and in that instant, a warrior of light was born. In life, Njelbert was a pragmatic figure, whose wisdom and sagacity were admired by all. Little wonder that in death he would retain his virtue. But as Njelbert mourned the friend he lost forever, the betrayer Silva looked on in silent contentment, for they had taken the first step on their path toward becoming heroes, brave and true. His sacrifice had sparked the transformation, which was fuel for the ritual to come. What ritual, you may wonder? Worry not, all will become clear in time. Come with me to Raktika, to the City of Swamps. We must retrace the steps as they were taken to understand the depths of her treachery. Must we? Really? It doesn't feel like we need to. Okay. So City of Swamp is easiest to get to from Slitherbow, I believe. Lucky. This place too is familiar to you, no? From days recent and long since past. After the events in Armorang, Ardbert and his comrades grew in fame, spurring others to entreat their aid. The adventurers sought out greater and greater challenges, and in pursuit of another, they came to Raktika. While here, the hunter Render Ray learned the notorious mark Balam Quits was near. So, under cover of darkness, she slipped away from the others to slay the beast for herself. Like Njelbert before, of course, you already know what her motive was. Balam Quits had robbed her of her fellow hunters. Only vengeance would redress the balance. Moreover, she would not dare risk the lives of her new comrades. So terrified was she of the mere possibility that she might have to relive that terrible day. And so she faced Balam Quits alone, and would have surely died for it had Ardbert and the others not arrived in time to help. Like Njelbert before, of course, you already know what happened next. For her love, her conviction, and her resolve was she chosen by Hydaelyn. And from that day forward, Render Ray swore never again to betray her comrades' trust, to share with them the triumphs and tragedies, to relinquish the freedom she had once held in the highest. The bravest, most courageous hunter that ever was, that moment would define what she became in life and in death. Her sacrifice would hasten the transformation. It was fuel for the ritual to come. The betrayer Silva looked on, yet more satisfied. They were oblivious to her machinations, unaware that they were dancing to her tune. Their journeys continued, and so must ours. To Ilmeg and Ligia. That's the castle, right? Which would make sense for Brandon. as beautiful now as it was then. You saw it too. Would you not agree? With the death of Balam Quits, the legend of Ardbert and his comrades had grown larger than ever. Thus emboldened, they came to the kingdom of Vobert. Vobert had long been troubled by what some had dubbed a magical plague. Innocents found transformed into misshapen fiends that the kingdom's knights had no choice but to put down, ere the contagion spread. Brandon had been one such knight. In his youth he had served the Princess Soldia faithfully, only to be cast out for a single mistake. Thus did he take to the road where he met Ardbert and the others. Having grown stronger and wiser and more respected, Brandon felt it was time to return and redeem himself. And with the aid of his comrades, he did just that. Tadric, the court mage, was unmasked as the mastermind of Vobert's misery. By disgraced knight's blade was he brought to justice. But with his dying breath, Tadric cursed the Princess Soldia, sentencing her to a fate worse than death. At her behest did he raise up his blade, and for the sake of the kingdom, strike down his liege lady. With that single stroke he forever changed, though nearly not in the way that was necessary. He stood at the precipice and almost forsook his compassion for unflinching judgment, mercifully turned aside at the last. Thus did he find and embrace true justice, that which weighs law and heart together and strives for the greater good. 'Tis a long, difficult road from which many stray, settling for simpler moralities. But I would expect no less of the man who became Daikaiazan. His sacrifice would strengthen the transformation. It was fuel for the ritual to come. As her companions grew ever more powerful, so too did the betrayer Silva. Bit by bit, they brought her closer to her goal. It was not yet finished. To Calusia they returned, and so must we. Tomra and the next chapter of our tale await. I'm failing to see what it is that Silva did. So far, this has mainly just been recapping what we went through. Which is fine. Like, if we hadn't done these back to back, this would be useful. Slowly but surely, adventurers were fulfilling their potential. Word of their deeds in Vobert spread like wildfire, and their legend grew ever larger. But for all their success, the fledgling heroes would be forced to endure more hardship and welcome more sacrifice. They pressed deeper into the depths of Raktika, towards ancient Ronka. 'Twas there the dwarf Lamet came to a crossroads, for in claiming the magic she desperately desired, she would be forced to renounce something equally precious. Dwarves are a reclusive lot, who want to withdraw from the outside world that their many traditions might be preserved in isolation. When the Stormblight began to spread, they chose to lock away the afflicted and refused to seek outside help. But Lamet would not abide this. She vowed to save her ailing kin, her sister among them, even if it meant violating dwarven law. With her newfound power, she returned and cured the sick. For this, she was banished by the Council of Elders. This came as no surprise, for she had made her peace with it long ago. When she stood in that ancient ruin and called upon forgotten guardians to grant her forbidden knowledge, she knew what the price would be. She had weighed her traditions and identity against the lives of those she loved and made her choice. Though it pained her terribly and in ways only a dwarf could understand. And Heidelin, it would seem. Through hardship and sacrifice was a new warrior of light forged. A healer that knew more than any the value of a life, and would do anything to see it preserved, even in death. Her sacrifice would nearly complete the transformation. It was fuel for the ritual to come. Very soon, then. Very soon. For Ardbert and his comrades had stumbled upon evidence of the larger design. Threads linking together the disparate troubles of the realm. A name spoken only in whispers. The Shadowkeeper. A singular force sowing chaos and discord throughout Northrend to the unknown end. If the Warriors of Light truly wished to save their world, then they would need to confront this villain against villains. And at the end of their exhaustive search, the end of their struggle, who do you think they found waiting to welcome them with open arms? Silver. The answer to that awaits us in Lakeland, our final destination. The villain yet walks among us after, unknown and unpunished. Go on ahead and wait for me at the Lankshin Loft. There are preparations to which I must first attend. Okay. The Hall of the Thrice Born. Is that telling? Hello. Missed the opportunity to be a dark man. Damn you, Silver! We were comrades in arms, friends! That we were and that we are. Everything I said, everything I felt, it was all true. You mean the world to me. You're the bloody Shadowkeeper! What in the hells was this for? For you. For every one of you. To forge you into heroes worthy of her blessing, that she might choose you as her champions. A ruthless mage consumed by the pursuit of power to save his friend no matter the cost. By his sacrifice, a warrior born. A mournful hunter scarred by tragedy, resolved never again to trust in others. By her sacrifice, a warrior born. A disgraced knight who yearned to steal his heart in justice's name. By his sacrifice, a warrior born. A troubled healer, torn between tradition and love. By her sacrifice, a warrior born. And their leader, an adventurer with a heart overflowing with love for his dearest comrades, who must now bring his axe to bear against his own. By his sacrifice, a warrior born. I am the villain you seek, keeper of shadows from a world shrouded in dark. By our struggle will this world be shattered. This world be shattered and its soul saved. Silver! Saw it all, did you? Thought you might. Mother's gift has a knack for showing us exactly what we need to see, if not what we want to see, or when. They knew me as Silver, but my real name doesn't matter. Like you, I am not of this world. I crossed the rift and came to the first. My home, the 13th, fell to dark in a calamity that mirrored the one that nearly claimed this world. I was one of several heroes who failed to save it. Oh, okay. The boy, Unukalhai. I have glimpsed him in your memories. He was a friend. Like him, I heeded the words of the Asians, and that I might redress the balance, I chose to come here and hasten a rejoining of worlds. A shard subsumed by dark demands a mirror of blinding light. Primordial forces will strive to achieve equilibrium. There was a solution. A single solution, I believed. Were a flood of light to consume this shard in its entirety, it would be of no use. The Asians made it clear it must be brought to the brink, but no further. The task was difficult, but the plan simple. Souls predisposed to light, fledgling heroes in the making. I would bring together Ardbert and his comrades and groom them for a higher purpose. I would play the part of comrade and guide their course, all the while labouring in secret to pit stronger and stronger enemies against them, until finally they were warriors of light, brave and true. I would reveal myself as a warrior of darkness and extinguish their radiance forever. Thus would this world be primed for a rejoining, and the source for a calamity. The Asians who called themselves Mitron and Logriff were confident it would succeed. And indeed, Ardbert and the others rose to the occasion as I knew they would. It was not to be. I had misjudged Ardbert. His comrades before him had made their sacrifices in turn, and as their mirror I had grown stronger for it. Had he but embraced his role and struck me down, victory would have been mine. But Ardbert, dear Ardbert, would not forsake his heart. In the end, he chose mercy. He chose love, and I was undone. The rest, you know. He sought out Mitron and Logrith and granted them what he refused me. They accomplished everything they set out to achieve, and then the flood came. I'm fucking up words today. And then the flood came and washed it away. In the wake of my betrayal, I would look on from the shadows and reflect on my many sins as all fell to ruin. Denied death then and now, perhaps ever after, as a fragment of my essence endures. But then, one day, years ago, my fallen comrades rose again as the cardinal virtues. It coincided with the arrival of the first scions, I later realised. The defence against the forces being marshalled to undo my failure. I can but assume the Asians planted the idea in Vorthri's head. They were his creations after all, and with their graves in Yulmorian territory, it was doubtless a simple matter to have their bodies exhumed and prepared. Who am I to speak, you may think when I say this, but when I saw these abominations he had wrought in their image, I was filled with such despair, such anger. I cannot unwrite the past. My soul is stained with blackest sin. I will not pretend that it can ever be otherwise. But this act, this I could not ignore. If the Asians were going to such lengths, then surely others would cross the rift in due time. So I hatched a plan. I would assume the guise of Cilia, and as her take up residence in the Crystarium, where I would take measures to bring together the most ambitious of adventurers, individuals driven by more than mere coin, virtue hunters. That way, when the enemy the Asians feared more than any came to the first, the stage would be set. They would join in the hunters' quests and together unmake Vorthri's simulacra and lay their souls to rest once more. And so you did. The virtues are no more. The one ultimately responsible for their creation, the devil who set them on their doomed path, lingers still. You know all there is to know of the heroes who saved this world. The truth I kept hidden in the shadows is yours. There are no more secrets to share. So I ask you to grant me that which Ardbert could not. Death. Still have a duty to others. No! Don't do this! Don't you spare me like he did! How can you stand there and say I deserve to live, knowing everything I did? The lives I destroyed, the chaos I wrought, the wardens pale in comparison. Surely there is no greater villain than the Shadowkeeper. It is why you must live to atone for your deeds. Bitch. I should have expected a hero would say something like that. How does one even seek atonement? It is an undiscovered country with no charts or stars to guide. How will I even know when I find it? Perhaps I may yet find purpose in preserving my comrades' legacy, in helping others to understand the sacrifices that made them true heroes. For now, I shall return to the Crystarium and continue to assist Glynard, while spreading the forgotten tales of the Warriors of Light. We would have been good friends, you and Ardbert, in another life. Maybe you and I as well. Oh god. tell you, I'm not all accustomed to wearing armor any longer. Simply moving about in it is enough to tax my strength. And fighting? Ugh. Any one of Captain Lena's recruits could probably put me flat on my back. Fortunately, I needn't rely on my sword to spread the truth of my fallen comrades' deeds. Only words and the passage of time will see their legacy redeemed in the eyes of the people. Thank you on accompanying me on my journey of remembrance. May your deeds ever be remembered and celebrated, as all heroes deserve. Cool! Here we go then. All role quests complete. Let's check out the job armor. Okay, so we have... Ooh! I like that. That's pretty cool. Just a book. That's not terrible. It's not terrible. That, on the other hand, is pretty shit. Wait, we've already seen what that looks like. Let's have a look at the Astro set, which is probably just going to make me look like... Yep. That's just what Urianger is wearing. What about the Sage? I mean, that just looks like the level 70 Sage armor to me. But it comes with a little skirt. Okay. Yeah, I don't actually want any of that, to be honest. But that's fine. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Let's get rid of some of this crap. And then head back to the Crystarium because I can do some bits. Okay. I don't know. Which one of these are dungeons and which one's gonna be Eden. Okay. That's just making it so that the Sky Watchers can tell me the weather everywhere. Alright. Thanks. In the middle middle of nowhere. There's a possibility that that is Eden. That's Eden. That's Eden. I do want to do Eden, but that's easily like a couple of streams in and of itself, and I would probably need at least one person to help. That potentially is leading to a custom delivery. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Motherfucker. Wait. Apparently, the error message that's coming up is saying 2024 11/19. Was that when the last patch was? Is that just what? Is that just like the version? Okay, so apparently, by the time you read this, or by the time you hear this, the quest I was just looking at, that is, that will unlock a dungeon. Ah! Oh, it's an Onda. Oh, land dweller. You are one of the ancient's messengers, yes? How fortunate I have found you. We need your help. Ever since the abyss was lit with the city's lanterns, a great beast the like of which we have never seen has begun hunting near the cups. It thrashes and gnashes with its cavernous maw, leaving nothing but tattered flesh in its wake. The eldest of the Arth feared it as an omen, a harbinger of our people's destruction. Have we angered the ancients? We cannot know. We dare not enter their sacred abode without first receiving their blessings. That is why I came to this town of land dwellers, seek those who had helped us before. And here you are! Please, enter the Ancient One's city once more. Speak with them, and learn what we have done to earn their ire. A hostile creature of unknown origin threatens the lives of the Ondo people. Perhaps the clerk in Amarot's Bureau of Administration can shed some light on the mystery beast. Okay. Hello. How may I help you? And this beast was like no other, you say? Judging by your description, it may very well be one of the new types of fauna being created by the researchers of the Academia Anaida. As such, this matter is out of my purview. I suggest you take your claims to the Bureau of the Architect. Better yet, speak with an Academia scholar directly. You will find the Academia Anaida in its public offices to the south of this building. This mystery beast is one of their experiments. It will surely have more information to offer you. Welcome to the public offices of the Academia Anaida. The hallowed halls of the Academia itself are restricted to accredited scholars. My apologies. If I'm not mistaken, your residency was arranged directly by Emet-Selch himself. As such, you've been granted special dispensation to enter our prodigious institution. Might I ask what has prompted your visit with us today? I see. Yes, that particular creation is under our supervision. If you would like to confirm the beast's containment yourself, then might I suggest a tour of the grounds? Our head researcher is in residence and may be available to answer questions about the experiment you described. Your zeal for knowledge is impressive in one so young. I do implore you, however, to be careful inside the Academia. Mind what you touch, and try not to distract the other researchers from their work. Finally, I must insist that you report to me on your return. Wouldn't do to lose track of our little visitor. This way, if you please. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, I unlocked trusts, didn't I? Yeah, boy. So I actually need to level them. And they get glamour when you level them up. Fuck. I have no choice but to run them through Holminster Switch. But that gives me enough to level them up once. So I'd have to do that probably 3 times in order to get them up to the next level. Okay. But then I'd also need to do the same with like Urianger, Y'shtola, and Rhyme. Ugh, that'll take a minute. But I can do that. I can do that easy enough. Okay. Let's see if I can do... I mean, I could do Amarok alone, so... Hopefully I can do this. What's the eye level? I mean, the eye level is like 30 higher. Let's give it a go. What's the worst thing that happens? I die? That's a radio. I like the music. Yeah, I really love this movie. It's jazzy. Well, they did a lot of damage. I don't think I'm going to be able to solo stuff. At the very least, not unless I level up to 100 and get the level 100. That would probably help. Please die quicker. Oh. I was gonna say, this seems very simple. So what gear do I get from... Oh, still armor. I guess that makes sense. Okay. And now we're dealing with phytobiology. Or phytobotany. Okay. Eggplants, onions, and garlic. Second to regen. I didn't expect to see the cactus. kill it dead. I'm trying. How you doing, Jay? You're doing good. This is legitimately my first time doing this dungeon. Words of La Habrea. Doing pretty alright. Need to be a little careful. This. Yeah, damn. You just made a hot seed. You're gonna let Steam Deck do show. What's a hot seed? Why does it sound like it's going to be a Cleveland speaker? The music is much louder than it. Hot chocolate. Music shouldn't be that much louder. Is it? Not so much the effects. I mean... drop stuff down a bit more. I now feel like it's going to be quiet as fuck though. Quetzalcoatl. Wait. That's Quetzalcoatl from Final Fantasy VIII. Oh shit, okay, I should have grabbed the balls. You've been looking into Final Fantasy Tactics? Yeah, I really want to stream that at some point. Oh, so I can have the damage up too. Apparently the story is amazing, but the game is a meh. Yeah, I've heard good things about the story, but it isn't one of the games that kind of comes up when people talk about like good strategies. People tend to talk more about like Disgaea or XCOM, I suppose, although it's a bit different. Oh, that was an interesting dungeon. Our studious visitor returns. What did you think of our experiments? Were your questions answered in a satisfactory manner? Never thought of La Habrea as an academic. Oh my, yes. There are few who can match his knowledge and expertise in the field of phantom creation. You passed through the words of La Habrea, did you not? I imagine you found the research material there to be of particular interest, considering the purpose of your visit. Was there aught else which piqued your curiosity? I shall endeavor to provide you with answers to the best of my ability. The scholars are turned into monsters. What you witnessed would not have been transformation magics. It is more likely you observed the results of our research into advanced creation. Shape-changing is a temporary effect at best. Creation, on the other hand, converts one's life energy into ether, which is then expended to bring a well-constructed concept into solid reality. By combining the ether of many individuals, we can theoretically create entities of even greater complexity and grandeur, the methodology of which is the focus of our current experiments. The experiments had escaped. Escaped? I think not. The Academia Oneida boasts the most secure facilities and research protocols of any institution on this star. But they were scheduled to conduct research on those samples we captured from across the sea. It is possible they were even more potent than we anticipated. Yet, even if such were the case, one cannot dismiss the resourcefulness of our scholars, not to mention the presence of the esteemed La Habrea. Yes, I'm certain they'll soon have the situation well in hand. You needn't worry your young mind about such things, and do not be discouraged. 'Tis a pity your inquiries were disrupted this time, but there will be other opportunities to visit. Was there aught else which piqued your curiosity? Nope. No? Nothing? Well, as long as your thirst for knowledge has been slaked, then we should consider your visitation time well spent. As for the creature you suspect has broken free, rest assured our officials will be taking up the thread of your investigation. You are certain it was not within the academia grounds? If by some miracle Archaeotania has gained its freedom, then what has become of the researchers tasked to contain it? Oh, idle musings, nothing more. Was there not an acquaintance awaiting news of your progress? Best not keep them in the dark. It seems the Academia in Ida has no further information for you regarding the mystery beast. You just loaded up Nier and you have no idea what you were doing last. You did a theme park, then seemed to have saved. Oh, are you talking about Nier Replicant or Automata? Automata, yeah. So, the theme park that ends with the opera singer boss, I think that's the first boss? You saved the robots and they're now celebrating. Oh. Pascal's village. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't remember Automata that well. There was a lot of stuff going on in Automata, and we played it for a long time. And it never made it to YouTube because I think I had crashes or some kinds of issues at the time. I don't know, I don't really remember it that well. You've returned. What of the ancients? How do we soothe their rancor? You mean the beast escaped? It was not released to torment us? Terrible creation indeed, if it can slip the bonds of the ancients. Yet it is a relief to know that we did not slight the old ones, that it was not our deeds which summoned forth this fiend. I'll swim back to the cups and consult my comrades. You must think on a strategy. Though huge in size, the beast is swift, elusive. My kin would be glad to have your aid in seeking its tracks. Finless ones do best where there is no water, and the sea has yet to reclaim our home. Come to the ocean floor, land dweller. Come and hunt the beast. So Archaeotania is the special fate. Or at least one of them. For Shadowbringers. That I have yet to see. I've never done Archaeotania. Don't even know what it looks like. By the looks of it, either it hasn't spawned in a decently long time, or just no one has reported it in the last few days. Oh no, it was up on Moogle 3 days ago. Okay. The only thing that I do know about it is I think I know where it spawns. which is like around here-ish. Maybe more like here. Yeah, it's around the Swallowed Spire. Yeah, I think there'd be a fate potentially on this platform. But it's one of those boss fates. Is there any other ones for sure? Oh no, yeah, there's also Formidable in Collusia. And that's the one that can get you a mount. I forget what you can get for Archaeotanya. Because like we are now at the point in the game where I don't know stuff anymore. I've never like the stuff that we're doing now. I think in the MSQ I've done the next dungeon before. Yeah, I've done the next dungeon. But that's basically it. Yeah, okay, so Archaeotanya's stuff gives us the toad suit and a fairy minion. And then formidable cogs are what gives the mount, which is one of the frog mechs that the dwarves make. Okay. I might have to try and keep an eye out for the next time. Archaeotanya or Formidable is up then. Which probably means that I need to unmute the Fate channel on the Faloop Discord. Okay, let's shuffle. I mean, okay. Yeah, that'll do. We've got at least one line. Come on. 2 chances at 2 lines. Yes! It's not 3 lines, but it'll do. Oh. We can unlock whatever the fuck the Hawk's leaves. Is it? Although that also means that I can unlock high level raids or high level crimes. Okay. Pardon the suddenness of my address, milady, but would you perchance be familiar with one Chloe Aliapo? Indubitably, good sir. It seems the word I bear will indeed be of interest to you then. You see, Miss Aliapo has a new pet fox, She's made it known that her most feel of acquaintances, which includes me, naturally, are invited to regale him with tales for fantastical rewards. Surely Miss Aliapo believes her furry friend to share in her appreciation for tales of gallantry, and I dare say my heritage makes me something of an expert. Alas, the resemblance is simply too uncanny. I cannot go near the creature without feeling as if I am being judged. My honor will not allow me to simply ignore the invitation, however, so I thought you might wait upon the fox in my stead. The children have taken to calling him Commander for reasons most oblivious. You'll certainly know him when you see him. Yep. Foe Commander. Foe Hollow. That's it. A small fox with an oddly haughty visage stands perched atop the counter. You squint, attempting to see the resemblance the man made reference to. You all continue to stare at me, so I'm going to institute a fee. Aymeric, what have they done to you? Hilarious. An entirely original joke I've not heard 8 times already this morning. Certainly. But let us speak of yourself. You appear to match the exhaustingly enthusiastic descriptions Chloe has given me of the adventurer who tells her the most wonderful stories. Are you indeed that adventurer? Then you're precisely the sort of person I set out to find. The sort with riveting tales to tell. I'm sorely in need of tales. Tales that inspire the mind. Tales that tear at the heart. Tales that grip the soul. For my tea parties, you understand. Oh, it's Chloe's bestest friend. Are you making friends with the commander too? The commander says he spends days and days and days talking to his other animal friends, but after so many days, all of them have run out of new stories to tell, and he's searching far and wide for new ones. Stories, that is. He still likes his friends. So really, he's just like Chloe. Isn't that right, Commander? As I've said, my name is Sotan. I swear, between you children and Rowena with her little joke, I'll never be rid of this blasted nickname. In any case, if I understand correctly, you have faced and bested all manner of fiends, including many gods of this land. Surely you've some tales worth my time, or ideas from which to spin them at least. If you can weave me a tale most fantastical, I'll grant you access to Foe Hollows, a whimsical adventure unto itself. Or, strictly speaking, a game of chance that I designed. Regardless, make good use of your cunning and luck, and I'll conjure you foe leaves as tokens of my esteem. As you've doubtless guessed, a sufficiency of leaves can be traded for other, less ephemeral incentives. I believe that's long and short of it, as the youth say. But don't get ahead of yourself. As I said, no ordinary story will do. I require tales to excite even those who are sung of in tales. So I expect you'll need to exercise your imagination to a certain degree. My guests care not about the authenticity of their entertainment, so dispense with the truth as you will. Just make sure to tell me the stories whilst they're still fresh in your mind. Embellishment is one thing, but continuity errors are quite another. So I have yet to ever actually do these. That's it. It's Unreal Trials. Because basically you can get currency from him, and then there's alpaca stuff? This got added in Dawn Trail. Okay, that one's kind of cute. For the most part, I don't actually care about these. Okay, but the corgi is pretty cute. But he does have a framer's kit, and he has several mounts. Yep. So, what is the current trial? Or have I not? Oh no, yeah, that high-end duty. It is the Jade Stoa. Okay. Fuck. That means Yako. Yep. Let me just double check. I don't need anything that you sell for silver, right? Wait. These are new. Those framer kits are new. Oh, and you have the alpaca stuff too. Wait, since when could you get Ixion from these? What? Okay. They take 2. Damn. I actually want silver then. Because there's framers kits. Alright. There goes 100k MGP. Alright. We'll get there with MGP slowly but surely anyway. Could do the other dungeon. And then that would probably be a good point to call it. So, by the time you hear this, excuse me, a word, if you'd be so kind. We of the Crystarium Guard have a request to make of you. Our researchers are planning to enter the Crystal Tower to learn more of its history. However, there is a problem. Now, what I'm about to reveal to you is strictly confidential. Were word to get out, panic would spread throughout the citizenry. Our scouts have reported that ferocious beasts and bizarre machines roam the hallways. Until we can eliminate these threats, none may enter. Strange ethereal readings have also been detected, and we suspect the phenomena are linked. The Exarch has ordered us to seek your aid in making the tower safe for our researchers to go about their work. He mentioned that you're better equipped than most to face the dangers that lurk in the tower, though he elected not to go into detail. Is this true? Then your prior experience may prove beneficial. Come, let us proceed to the entrance. Okay, so the Crystal Tower itself is the dungeon? That'd be kind of interesting. Because then the Crystal Tower would not only be a hub area and an alliance raid, but it would also be a dungeon. The only thing it's missing is a trial. I take it your preparations are complete? Listen carefully. You are to lead a party of elite troops into the tower and respond to any hostility with lethal force. Once the way is clear, the researchers can begin their expedition. Our main objective is to identify the source of the ethereal disturbance. The tower cannot be considered safe until we do so. Should you encounter any opposition beyond your capabilities, you are to withdraw immediately. I wish you the best of luck. The twinning. Okay. I've heard about this. Heard about this dungeon. I've never done it. Heard about it. Final Fantasy XIII Behemoth? Okay. That is legitimately just a Final Fantasy XIII Behemoth. I fucked up and thought I was still on dancer. Underworld. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Suddenly, I'm reminded of underneath the Ridorana Lighthouse. Interesting metaphor. Oh, okay, it's a three-headed dragon. I was trying to tell what it was. Yeah, okay, damage. My damage is fine. The damage being done to me is becoming a little bit of an issue. Proto-Behemoth. And a bunch of other behemoths that are all perfectly in sync. Okay. Alpha Zack. Oh, he's doing the thing. Doing it again. Metal Gear? Oh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. Ironworks. Sid? I can't look at these guys without seeing 13-2 and using them as a healer. Yep. Phoenix to the rescue. Narrowly avoiding death. That's just straight up a full C. Okay. I'm taking a lot of damage. Let the discharge. That would be cool. What is the last boss of this gonna be? Oh. Wait. Why does that look like a Mako reactor? Like, legitimately, that looks like Shinra Tower. And I think that's the point. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, health is... kind of an issue. I mean, it would make sense for it to be a Mako reactor because, I mean, basically they are tapping into the life stream in order to power a crystal tower, right? It just feels weird to see it in Final Fantasy XIV. Wait, Boil Busters? Clearly, their efforts to make the best kettle have gone too far. Boss? Okay. Sephiroth? No. A version of Alex. Wait. What? Artificial Enigma the Tycoon. I mean, that's a version of Alexander that they've built. But then there's portals to Omega. What's that? Is that for final days? Oh no, I can see Omega peeking through. That's also Omega on the far side. I think that's Alexander. That's also Alexander. That's Alexander. And that's the Crystal Tower. Okay. This is definitely not what I was expecting to find down here. Let's do this. But how are you going to differ? So he's the tycoon. Still has the temporal manipulation that Alexander has. But big fuck. I need to survive like 20 seconds. In order. Oh god. Oh god. Jesus Christ! Oh, Phoenix! Phoenix coming in with the clutch. Oh. Okay, I'm glad that I had a look at this area before killing the boss then. 'Cause it's much less interesting now. Okay. That was one of the boxes from Crystal Tower, at least. But that was anticlimactic. Excellent work. Not only did you reveal the cause of the ethereal fluctuations, you were able to remove the threat entirely. Thanks to you, the researchers have already completed their preliminary observations. Their findings were somewhat surprising. The Crystal Tower appears to have not been created by the Ronkans or any other known civilization. Its origins are veiled in mystery, much like the Exarch and yourself. Forgive me. It's not the time for idle speculation. We have, however, recovered an artifact, though its purpose is unclear. It may even be purely decorative. What did you find? I swear to God, if it's a kettle. Have you ever encountered anything like this? Oh. The thing that gave us the savage versions of things. Savage versions of Omega. Has come to carry out our plan. This will be my last recording. With the tower activated and the temporal displacement apparatus online, all that remains is to throw the switch. Pray. I'm sorry. Truly am. Wish there was another way. You're our best chance of success. Our only hope. Your gift will allow you to become one with the tower and survive the journey through time and space. Where our technology is advanced as that of the Allegans, perhaps we could have gone with you. Alas, it was not to be. But when you are finally reunited, all the hardship and all the sacrifice will have been worth it, I'm sure. Just promise me you'll spare a thought for those you leave behind, and we'll be thinking of you too, for as long as this world lasts. I fear it won't be for much longer. This is Biggs, third of his name, 18th President of Garlond Ironworks, signing off. May the 12 be at your side, Grahatir. Person's voice coming from a machine. To be honest, I cannot make heads nor tails of it. Do you have any idea what that was about? Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. I can tell you know more than you're letting on. Very well, I'll not begrudge you your secrets. The one thing was clear, even to me. The people who left the message were facing a great catastrophe. They placed their faith in the Crystal Tower, in which the same way we have done ever since the Flood of Light. Our prayers for salvation were answered when you and the Exarch returned the night to us and freed us from the terror of the Sin Eaters. I sense this was all made possible by those people from a time long forgotten. We should do our utmost to learn more of them. Perhaps the researchers will uncover more of these messages. In any case, you've performed admirably in service of the Crystarium. We may have need of your strength and guidance in days to come. Until then, fare you well. Who's that doing pull-ups? And why is that the first time I've seen them? Oh, because they're actually pretty hidden. Unless you come all the way over here, you wouldn't see him. How the fuck did you get up there, my guy? Like, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty impressive. Especially the way that your hands phase through the beam. Keep it up. Okay. Well, yeah. There we go. We've done 2 dungeons that I've never done before. And we very, very nearly didn't do the twinning. Although that was a cool dungeon. From seeing, like, obviously all of the assets that have been flipped from FF13. But also seeing what looks like a Mako reactor that then has a version of Alexander that's been created by Sid in it. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But the next Final Fantasy stream will probably be either unlocking the Alliance raids, because I desperately want the glam from the Alliance raids, or it will be... I think I'm gonna wait to start the raid tier, because I know I know that you can't. There's part of the raid tier that is locked behind a later patch, so I'd be better off doing at least some of the MSQ before starting the raid tier. But yeah, okay. Let me just clear some shit out here. What do I have in my chocobo? Not a lot. Actually. There you go. Take that. I am gonna get so many Grand Company seals. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there for tonight, because that feels like as good a point to end it as any, and it's almost midnight. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I still need to decide what it is that I'm playing tomorrow. The long stream. But I have a feeling that it might be Spyro 3 in order to finally finish the Reignited trilogy. Probably. Because then Sunday stream is probably going to start late. Well, no, it is going to start late. Because I'm going to go and check out the local Christmas market with one of the new friends that I've made. From like going to Andy's Man Club and stuff like that. So yeah, that should be good. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Later.